All right, so when you go home with your baby, I want you to really focus on getting sleep. So I have this handout for you, and if you forget everything I say, the thing that I want you to remember is that getting sleep is going to help your recovery better than anything else. So for the first week after you have your baby, I want you to be laying in bed and sleeping when your baby sleeps. I want you to be feeding your baby in bed, breastfeeding in bed. I want you to have very limited visitors. I want you to really just focus on breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is, it's something that kind of takes time to get used to and to learn. Even if you've had a baby before, there's always, you still need that time to build a breastfeeding relationship. And staying in bed helps you to remember to sleep when you sleep. If you're tired, you'll just fall asleep if you're laying in bed. And also staying in bed can help breastfeeding, like I said. But again, one way to encourage a good breastfeeding relationship right at the start is to not wear any tight-fitting bras, no tight shirts. Even just being topless as much as you can really help breastfeeding at the beginning. It's a really sore part of your body that's going to be, in somebody's mouth and wet for a good portion of the day. And so being able to just dry it out between feedings can be really beneficial. And being in bed is a comfortable spot where, it's okay to not be wearing your clothing. And I will come and visit you at 24 hours, and then I'll come and visit you again at 5 days, or more often if needed. And I'll give you, you already have my phone number, but I'll give you more instructions to call if needed. So, and even eating your breakfast in bed is great too. All of your meals, have your partner bring you your meals in bed so that you really can remember that laying down and resting is really most important. So now for the second week, your second week of having your baby, I still want you staying at home and just resting when your baby rests. Still try to take a nap every day. You're going to be waking up in the middle of the night to be feeding your baby. And so if you can nap during the day, it'll help you recuperate from that sleep that you lost at nighttime. During this second week, you can pick 1 or 2 chores to do a day, because now your house is kind of starting to, you're kind of getting to that point where you're getting anxiety because your house is a mess. So just pick 1 or 2 chores a day. Now, when I say 1 or 2 chores, I mean you can do the dishes. You can't clean downstairs. That's like 10 chores. So just 1 or 2 chores a day. I want you to spend 30 minutes a day doing something for yourself, so that you can kind of, start to feel like yourself again. And having children is really self-sacrifice. It's a full-time job, and so you need to remember that you're important too. So spend 30 minutes a day doing something for you. That can be breakfast on the porch, an extra long bath, reading your favorite book, or a phone call with your best friend. And then during this 2 weeks, you'll come visit me in the office, or I can come visit you in the home if needed. But by this point, you should be able to visit me in the office. And then the third week of your baby's life, I put it first because it's really important. I want you to spend 30 minutes a day doing something for you. So now, hopefully you're, feeling a lot more better and, kind of starting to venture outside. So maybe you can go get a pedicure. Maybe after the baby is asleep and your other kids are in bed, you can have candlelight dinner with your husband, or just lunch with your best friend. Just 30 minutes a day, something for you. You can start getting back into your routines. I don't want you doing any heavy lifting. Not in the first week, the second, the third week, not at all. No heavy lifting. You can come visit me again for another checkup, and I still want you taking at least 1 nap every day. You're still going to be waking up in the middle of the night, and if you don't get sleep, that's the number one thing that leads to postpartum depression. So, sleep, sleep, sleep. Okay? All right, so now on the back of this handout, I have some quick bullet points that I want you to know. These are the important things to look out for, concerns that would warrant a call to me, okay? So for you, if you have any abnormal bleeding, so you're going to be bleeding like a period. It shouldn't be any heavier than that. So if you have like a really big gush of blood or any large clots, like larger than a golf ball, or any sudden increases in bleeding or a decrease in bleeding, give me a call. If you feel lightheaded, feverish, chills, nausea, if you're vomiting, any of those things, give me a call. If you have any breastfeeding issues, pains, or questions, give me a call. If you have any difficulty going to the bathroom, any depression or anxiety, if you have any thoughts of wanting to hurt yourself or your baby, I want you to give me a call. Breast or postpartum depression and anxiety are common, but they're not normal. So I don't want you to be embarrassed about calling me and letting me know that, you know, you're feeling that way. It's, like I said, it's common, but it's not normal. So I want you to be feeling normal again and feeling like yourself. If you have any abdominal pain or any unusual swelling, give me a call. Okay, for your baby. If your baby has any yellow skin, this is called jaundice, and another sign that you can know if your baby has jaundice is sometimes they are not pooping enough or peeing enough. So if you notice, if you're concerned that your baby might have yellow skin, you can give me a call. But I'm going to come visit you at 24 hours, like I said, and then again at 5 days. So I'll assess for it, but in between those times, if you're worried, give me a call. So your baby is still learning how to regulate their temperature. So if they have a abnormally low temperature, skin to skin. If they have a high temperature, take off a layer of clothing. Check their temperature again if you're concerned. And, you know, I don't expect you to have a thermometer by your bed or anything. But if you feel your baby's skin and you think, oh, this baby feels cold, skin to skin. Right? Okay, if your baby's having any difficulty breathing, if your baby hasn't been pooping or peeing and you're concerned, give me a call. If your baby's so sleepy that you can't wake them up, you need to give me a call. If they've been eating less than every 4 hours, give me a call. If their cord spot, so their belly button around their cord, if it just doesn't look right, so if it's red, if it's swollen, if it's pussy, if it smells bad, all those things aren't normal, so you need to give me a call. If your baby is, you just can't calm them down, you can't soothe them, if they're just crying, and you know, you've tried feeding, you've tried changing their diaper, you've tried swaddling them, and you just can't get them to calm down, give me a call. All right? And do you have any questions? All right, here's your handout, and it was a pleasure being your midwife at your birth, and I'll talk to you soon.